Well, while all of these political developments were happening within and outside political parties, we've seen a group of Nigerians who have tried their best to be apolitical and are looking out for the interest of the country as a whole, led by the chairman, Chief Emeka Anyoko, who is former Commonwealth Secretary General. They have gathered in Abuja now. They're called the Patriots, asking and looking for ways to see how we can get a new constitution. They've been consistent in their demands. Well, joining us this morning to take a look at some of the things that, all the developments that have come up this week, as Mr. Laolu Akande, who is a former presidential aide. Mr. Akande, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you again,
after our marathon a few days ago. But let's take a look at this, the Patriot Summit. They are having this particular conversation. They've been on it, and every year, you know, they have been consistent with their quest for looking for a new constitution for the country. I'm just wondering whether young people, because you have a lot of people, you know, big wigs within that particular group, and I wonder if young people even know what it is that these people are asking for them, asking for from the country for them, because they're not the ones who will leave and enjoy it if this, you know, demands, if these changes eventually come about. Do you think that they also have a duty to carry along young people?
Absolutely. I mean, it's important to make the point that, these are, for the most part, old brigade, as they say, but what they are doing is very commendable and very noble, trying to sort out, you know, a major and fundamental aspect of our nationhood. That means, what constitution is it that we are using? The constitution says that we're the people, but we know that's a lie. You know, there was never a time that Nigerian people properly, put up that constitution. So the idea of having a people's constitution is so central to everything else, you know, that we can do, that we ought to do as a nation. So I agree with you that it's important to find a way to bring in the young people, and more importantly, to try and make a call to all of our non-political leaders that this is where they ought to speak out. The process that has been set up by the Patriots, led by
Chief Emeka
Anyoko, supported like other people like Professor Ibrahim Gambari, 2 senators in the National Assembly, and quite a number of important functionaries. It's a process that everybody should support, because a constitution ought to come out from among the people. And so the idea of them doing this is very commendable. We need all the non-political leaders especially to add their voice to this process. This is how it ought to be done. And so when we see people taking this step, you know, trying to bring a rallying point, everybody should support it. This is how we should do it. And young people, you are right, should be also at the central driving point of all of these things, because for the most part, it's about their future. If
you could, you know, if one fundamental change could be made in our constitution, what would you say that should be?
Well, for me, you know, that's a very tricky question that you have to reduce it to one.
Indeed.
So what I will say is that we need to go back to parliamentary system. And that is because of what I have seen serving in the villa for 8 years. This idea of a presidential system is wasting our time, it's wasting our resources, it's not promoting transparency, it's not promoting accountability. We need to go back to a parliamentary system where we don't have to do all this national presidential election. Let everybody come from among their people. Let us come to a center. Let us have an active opposition. Let them go head to head. Let us have the chief executive of the state taking bullets, you know, I'm talking of horror bullets, from his opponent. Let us have a chief executive who must explain to Nigerians on a regular basis the actions that he's taking, who must speak, who we have no choice but to speak at important moments. Right now, the presidential system is becoming more like a KBC kind of a monarchy, you know. And if you see what we have had, especially since 1999, you've had a presidential system where the president thinks or believes and acts as if They are the all in all. It is not serving Nigeria any good at all. We need a system where the chief executive will be held to account openly and transparently. And that is what the parliamentary system offers. If there is one thing that I will be asking for, that will be it. But there are other things, you know, like the restructuring of the country. It's important to move our responsibilities away from the center. Look, Mapwe, if you want to register a business today, if you live in Ibadan, you must come to Abuja. That is completely... can you imagine a situation where some people actually sat down and did that kind of a thing? Where else in this world is that kind of absurdity practiced? Somebody is in Ekiti, he wants to start a business, he must come and register in Abuja.
Well,
so there are a lot of several things to talk about, but for the most part, let's restructure this country. Let us abandon this presidential system. It is wasting our time.
Mr. Laolu Akande, I wish we had a little more time. We're totally out of time. And I also have to apologize to our viewers whose views we've not been able to take for a couple of weeks now. Hopefully, perhaps tomorrow, we should be able to gather them and take them as well. We have to thank you for sharing your thoughts very generously on Sunrise Daily. Mr. Laolu Akande is a former presidential aide and also the host of Channels Television's Inside Sources.